I'd like to congratulate all the newly appointed PAMSECs, directors, heads of departments and agencies. It's important for us to have it at the back of our mind that if you don't bring in the attitude of transparency and accountability, it will be extremely difficult for us or for you to make impact and for you to make your services the one that will affect the society positively, to serve the needs of the people, because nothing must be done in an opaque manner. When you do this, people don't understand what we are doing, and the moment people don't understand what we are doing, it will be extremely difficult for you to impact their lives. I said this in the course of my Senate hearing during my confirmation. I did an analysis of what Nigeria has lost to financial crimes and public corruption, as it were, between 2018 and 2020. I did it when I was the secretary to the commission in EFCC. And I took example from 50 entities. And I discovered that by virtue of public procurement fraud, through public and contract procurement fraud, Nigeria lost about 2.9 trillion naira in about 2.5 years. Just one aspect of public corruption, contract and procurement fraud, 2.9 trillion. To either contracts that were awarded but not executed, ones partially executed, and the ones that didn't follow due process, and so nobody could trace it, nobody could monitor it. And by the time I did my analysis, I discovered, using the United Nations benchmark, that if we had applied that fund judiciously, transparently, and accountably, we would have recorded that money would have been enough to give us 1,000 kilometers of road network. 1,000, and you know what that means. We would have been able to deliver about 200 tertiary institutions in Nigeria. In addition to that, it would have been able to help us to train about 6,000 students from primary level to university level, allocating about 16 million naira to each student. 6,000. In addition to that, it would have been able to help us deliver about 20,000 units of 3-bedroom bungalows to address our housing shortage. It would have been able to, in addition to that as well, to provide world-class teaching hospital in each of the states of the Federation. So using the value of the money between 2018 and 2020, at 2.9 trillion, I've been able to deliver all this. Now, assuming we were able to deliver on all this, just imagine how far Nigeria would have gone. Upon my assumption of office, I decided to say, look, wait a minute, what can we do differently, having been in the system? And I said, look, must we always wait for money to be stolen before we start running after those we have suspected of stealing money? I said no. So what else can we do in the EFCC? So I decided to create a new directorate about 1.5 years ago called Fraud Risk Assessment and Control Department. And I did that just because of you people. So that directorate is in place now for you to consult. You can come into your department and agencies that help you look through your system, look through your processes, and they tell you that, look, this place they do risk assessment for you. This place is vulnerable. The process you follow in your procurement and contract award processes is highly vulnerable. That's so we can help you, point you to certain areas of vulnerability and leave you to do your work. That does not mean that people cannot still, crack the system, but at least you have known that we have helped you to put necessary risk assessment measures in place. On this note, I want to thank you for listening to me.